Good evening, everyone. I am working on a project. Hold on, stop that. There, much better. I was getting an echo from my Twitch account that I had open. I always forget that. Today, I'm using a combination of Dungeon Alchemist and Fantasy Grounds. Specifically today, I'm working on some images um, from the Curse of the Undermountain. I have started uh, looking at the line of sight for the mountain basically. Um, Finished up many of the levels already. So, as an example, on this one's already got the line of sight on it. Um, Now I've got to remember which level I was working on. I think it was 4 or 5. Let's look at level 5, see if it's done. Oh, wrong one. Move this over here. I don't need that in the way. Quickly just open this one up and see whether or not it's got line of sight on. No line of sight. Okay. So let's check 4 real quick since we're here. I might not be done. Oh, I was working on 4. See how it's blown up already? Watch. See, there's some here, but not all complete. So let's close out 5 and leave 4 open, and we'll finish up level 4 today. You see, quite a bit of it's already done. I still have all this inner stuff to do here. So let's go and start working on that. Make sure I got most of the stuff in one layer. Um, I'll lock it after I'm done, but it won't matter. What I'm doing is just dragging these occluders. I left click to place one, center mouse wheel push down to scroll the map around. I can scroll in and out, and then just moving the mouse to where I want it, left clicking and placing an occluder. The little boxes are the occluders is what I'm talking about. So if you've never put line of sight on a map, this is how you do it. So what I did over here is I went, so first of all, you're in play mode normally. I probably just ruined what I was doing, but that's okay. You come over here to line of sight, you choose that, and then, like I said, because I didn't hit save, it didn't save it, but that's okay. You choose the wall, you have other terrain features, you can put a door in, toggleable wall or secret doors, windows, illusionary wall, something you can put a wall up, they can't see through it. Similar to a secret door, but not quite. A pit is just that. This yellow is a terrain feature. And then you can actually put shadow casters in too. So if you have like a structure that's casting a shadow, you can put the shadow down on it as well. So let's go just re-add all this real quick. And I purposely don't go along the edge of the wall because I want the players to see the wall. And then I just, as I DM, I tell them that, yeah, you're character will fit there, but you're in, you're against the wall, that kind of thing. It's all role play at that point. I don't make it so too difficult and pretty lenient when it comes to that, but I like to see the wall. So that makes it harder for me when I'm putting the line of sight in to hide secret doors. So I have little tips and tricks that I use. Check out my previous streams. When I put in secret doors, I change how I do things so that way they can still see a wall, but the wall's not really there. I don't change the map. It's just I do it in a way where it kind of blends all together and the players don't realize it. Yeah, I'm not sure, Decepticon. Let me see if I can turn the volume up. I'm going to double click here and that'll save it. Yep, I'm outputting quite a bit on my mic. Not sure. Let me move my mic a little closer. How's that? A little bit better, maybe? I don't know. My microphone's literally right here. You can almost see it in the view of the camera. Then when you want to start again, I always select the box that last box I was in, and you can just keep on going from there. Kind of boring watching map line of sight stuff anyway, but some people have never done it and they're kind of intimidated by putting line of sight on maps. Fairly easy task to do. And I always just go around an outside edge like this until I meet back up to where I started. Almost every map will bring you back to where you started at as long as you keep following the outer edge. Or at least the maps that I've added line of sight to, and I've probably done hundreds. Sound any better, Decepticon? Oh, thanks for the follow-up, by the way, too. I don't have many. Everyone counts. So I'm glad. I was thinking today was just impromptu stream. I was thinking about going in here and doing some updates to the follow-up to the second Black Dawn. So I'm kind of glad I didn't do that. You might have had some deja vu if that happened. That's funny. Decepticon's one of my players in another game, or in one of the games, and we're currently going through the second Black Dawn. So, but they're almost finished with it, actually. They don't know it. Well, now he does, but I have a secondary module that goes to it. It's all part of the same homebrew world type thing. So usually when I DM, I'll take a written module and incorporate it into the world that we're going to have, and then I may take other modules and merge them into it and make one big homebrew world. I always do that no matter how long we're going to go. and that's what I did here too. Second Black Dawn was just, I can't remember, it was their first adventure in the current campaign, but I have a second one already lined up that they don't know about. I'm not going to mention what the name of it is here because he's listening most likely. But although with the speakers down, I might be able to get it out before he hears me. I don't know. In any case, I have a second module already lined up that is similar to it enough where I don't even know that they're going to realize that they're starting on the second module when they do. But I've got them both loaded, so to me it's all one big campaign. So the other issue I have is I'm currently doing this as a conversion for this module. I didn't make this module. I'm just doing the Fantasy Grounds conversion for it. And the name of the module is The Curse of the Undermountain, which will be out soon as I'm done doing 26 levels, I think it is. Crazy. Let's look. 24 levels in here. But I'm also a player in a similar module called the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I don't know whether the maps match or not. I don't think they do, or at least the ones that I've seen so far. Like the first, I think we're on level 6. This one doesn't look like a whole lot like this one. No, this one's very similar. Sorry, this one is very similar, but I don't know what's in each of these areas because this module isn't about that. This is about the cursed part of the same map. So, the author of this module didn't put the original content obviously in there for the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which is great because then I was able to do the conversion. So what I did was we were playing Dungeon of the Mad Mage and I got this task to do this conversion. So I waited until we were down to level 4 before I even started on it. So that way I didn't want to spoil my own gameplay, of course. So what I did was after we were done the first 4 levels, I went in and looked at it and was like, oh yeah, it's completely different. So all the wording and all that stuff in here is added material to change Dungeon of the Mad Mage into a cursed Dungeon of the Mad Mage. And so it supplements the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. In this module, you have to have Dungeon of the Mad Mage to even know what you're doing because it refers back to it a lot. And the reference, they don't put the description of the reference in. They just put the reference in, so you have to go find it. So you would definitely have to have both modules loaded at the same time and then put pins on them. I can't do that because Dungeon of the Mad Mage is a licensed product, and I won't put those pins in here in the conversion, but I did put them, the references in the story entries, so that way the DMs will be able to do that. Now, if the DM owns both of them, they can for sure then just immediately go in and grab those pins and add them before each session and be good to go. So I put the references there so that way they can see them real quick. I couldn't put a link to them, but I could at least put where it is, all that kind of stuff. I own Dungeon of the Mad Mage, but I don't want to open it because I'm playing it. So I think that's the worst thing I could do. To me, that's not fun anymore when you do that. And I think pretty sure the DM from my other game is following this stream too. So. Oh, sorry. I'm completely, I completely screwed up. My old age is seriously kicking in. So Decepticon is my DM. I said he was a player in my other game. That's Wheelbarrow Racer, and he is another follower. I'm sorry, Decepticon. I'm sorry. My old age. You probably already know that since I'm a player in your game. I forget shit all the time. I'm sitting here describing him like, oh, wait a minute, he is the DM. Oh man, CRS can't remember shit. Um, yeah, that's definitely a FOP moment. If you know what a FOP is, and it's not Florida old people either. That's funny. Funny, not funny. And I've been slowly doing this module because I don't want to get ahead of myself and get into levels that we. So, like as an example, I scroll back out. This one's very similar to what we've already been through, um, but I don't want to get so far down that I start doing the maps of what we're going to see. So I've been purposely delaying the release of this because of that. So. That's messed up. Right. So I'm sure he's like, wait a minute, what the hell is he talking about? That's typical of me, though. So I just wonder if everyone has a problem hearing me on the stream. I know when I go back and watch or look at the stream after I'm done, it's pretty loud. So I'm not sure. I do have the gain turned all the way up, and the microphone's pretty loud. So here, look, I'll I'll share. I use OBS, so oh, you're not going to be able to see. So hold on, more than one way to do that. When I'm talking, it goes up pretty loud. I've got the gain all the way up, so not really sure. Um, Move that back up. Turn off the monitor. I've got it on game capture now, so. I did hear, so most of the folks that I know use OBS, but I did hear another one, and I don't remember the name of it. Um, about a week ago, someone was telling me that they use a different stream, and I didn't write it down, and I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. Um, they said they seem to like that one as well as OBS, but to be honest, I've been using OBS for a few years now, and I'm so used to it that I just, got so much set up into it. It's just better for me. Almost done this little section here. Now that I said that I'm doing this module, I bet you Decepticon's going to go out and grab the dang module and pull in all the curse stuff for us to That's not good. Beating the DM is never good. Just saying. Now, if Fantasy Grounds ever comes out with a smart lasso to be able to lasso things, I don't know what we would do. Are we actually done this one? Oh, here we go. Lots more to do. One of these days I'll be done this one and I can publish it. But for now, all you're going to get is a PDF version out there right now. I've already done all the story entries and everything. I left the maps for last on purpose because, again, I'm a player. So I don't want to see a map that I'm not supposed to see yet. Bad enough that I zoom out every once in a while. I usually don't stay zoomed out very long because of that, in case I haven't seen something. And then also in here, like the locations of the secret doors and stuff like that, they're all different, because there may be a whole new room in this cursed version because this is supposed to be like the Shadowfell, I guess, and you get pulled into the Shadowfell almost like an astral plane, and this is the version you go to when that happens. So there's different rooms and things like that. So here, let me end it here. So as an example, let me pull up the story. World story entries. That's it. Like on here, it says new doll room. It's not. That's not. And then empty chamber shadow. So it's two different versions. So like this new room isn't even in Dungeons and Mad Mage, but it's in here. So and all these are just, fairly new, or at least what I've copied and what I've done so far up to level 5 was not the same at all. So it's crazy. When you do these, you don't have to skirt the edge. I found when you don't skirt the edge, it's actually better. It still blocks the players from going too far, and it blocks their line of sight. And that's really what all you're trying to do is block the line of sight, not really keep the. I mean, yeah, it does keep the tokens from going out, but the idea is just to block the line of sight. So what I do is, like with these little bump outs, I'll do that just so the line of sight's blocked, and it'll cast line of sight shadows and that kind of thing. But you don't. Know what made me think that. So in our game, we actually use first names, not our tags. So although I knew his handle. I don't know what made me think. I don't know what made me think that. I don't know. Yeah, I do, because I'm old and I'm forgetful and confuse myself a lot. But half the time, that's what makes me laugh, so that's all good. Laughing's good, even if it is laughing at yourself. I'd love to know why you can't hear, though, because if that's the case, it may be other folks listening when I have more than one can't hear either. It's really weird because, like I said, when we go back to when you listen to the stream again, it's about volume levels are about the same. So I'm not sure. Could be my microphone too. I mean, my microphone's not the best in the world. I mean, it's pretty decent. Not bad. I mean, anyway, it's a New Ear. Is what it's the brand. Amazon special, I think. I got that. Yeah, the headphones came with it that I don't use very often. And then a boom came with it too, but I've already replaced the boom. I like this one better because it holds it more firm rather than just bouncing around all the time. The old one, yes, right here. This is the old one. Nothing special, just, but it started breaking too. See, for me moving around. So I wound up buying this telescopicing one. To me, it works a lot better. Cable management is on it's better. Get paid like $20 or something. I don't remember. Heard a dog bark in the background. That is my brother-in-law's dog, Chai. She's a pit bull mix, but part of the family though. So you know how that goes. So I think the Ohio State Indiana game's on. My wife's from Ohio, so she's an Ohio State fan. We have a lot of family that lives in Indianapolis, so they're all Indiana. Well, most of them are Indiana fans. It's funny. And to me, it's just foosball. I usually pick the team that the others aren't, just to be confrontational. That's me, Mr. Confrontational. Not really. More of a joke. I got 20 levels to go. Yay. Wish there was a faster way to do this. That'd be really beneficial. This one. Oh, one more over here. Got, oh, I got all this to do. I close these ends off so you can't get into them. So do these little islands first. Islands go quick. Me, I actually enjoy doing maps. I mean, I know I sounded like oh my god, but there's a lot to it. But I mean, I enjoy doing this. I do it as a hobby. A lot of them I reuse too. The maps. Like I said, when I build a campaign, I usually do homebrew, and it's usually a mixture of modules hodgepodged together to make a world. And I don't care where the module is actually supposed to be from. I'll change it to be the world that I'm doing. And I like making up stories too, so but having the modules with the starting theme of the story is easy then, because then you can just add on to it, keep some of it the same. I like it because it takes my mind off of other things. Not to get too personal, but I don't have anything bad, but I mean, it to me it's I like doing these arduous tasks, like just different things that take. I mean, it's like you can't just be thinking about something else while you're doing this. Um, so to me, it's a mind task, maybe is a better way to put it. And I don't know that I like putting in line of sight, but I like making maps. That's a better explanation. So like I I'll get an idea in my head on what the world's going to look like or what world I'm building is going to look like. And I say, okay, well, it's going to have a city like this, um, where, or a small settlement, that kind of thing. So I'll put a whole bunch of log cabin houses, that kind of thing, into a town. And what I'm not really good at is coming up with names. I really stink at that. But a lot of times my maps come out really good, and then my storytelling's not the best either. My imagination is really good about what I think the story's going to be, but putting that all together sometimes isn't that great. But that's the part I really like, is actually building the maps. The line of sight, this is tedious work. I don't know that I could say that I 100% like this, but that's if that answers your question, nothing X. So this is Fantasy Grounds Unity, and what I'm doing is putting line of sight occluders into a map. This particular module is the Curse of the Undermountain. So it's a cursed version of Dungeon of the Mad Mage. And when I'm done, players will be able to go through this with their tokens and not see, again, these are line of sight walls, and it'll keeps them from seeing into the areas that are not part of the dungeon. So this isn't necessarily the game, this is more the designing of the game. But we do play too. So this is just the map making, world building part of it. Um, I play in 2 games and I DM one, so that's 3 nights a week. I'm playing. I'd probably play more. I was just asked the other day to start up another, if I would DM another group of new players. One of them had played before, and another one has never played. So, all right. Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition is what this is designed for. Again, Fantasy Grounds Unity is the virtual tabletop that I'm on. And this particular map was in a PDF, and the author has asked me to convert it to Fantasy Grounds. So I'm doing a Fantasy Grounds Unity conversion from a PDF, so that way DMs can purchase his module, The Curse of the Undermountain, in the format that they use on Fantasy Grounds. So definitely not the best thing to stream, but it's currently what I'm doing, and I figured I'd impromptu. I was working on it, so I figured I'd share is all. Should I put, yeah, let's delete those. Change my mind. We're going to change that to terrain. Terrain features are yellow and or green. I'm not sure. I'm colorblind. That's pretty messed up, but they're that way because once the token gets up on top of them, they can see through them. Red ones are walls, and it does not. You can't. The token can't go through them or see through them at all. I'm thinking these are rocks in the water, so that means that a token can for sure go on top of it. So once they go on top of it, they can see all around it. And you can see that the terrain features make a big circle. So as I'm doing it, it's connecting to my last dot, or the first dot, I should say. That's a big enough rock where it's walls, so I'm gonna leave that one. This one's gonna be terrain too. This one's gonna be, I'm gonna make that one red. I don't think you can see it. I don't want them getting on this one. These are like walls going all the way to the ceiling. This is a cave type map, so they're all done. That's closed off. All right, let's start on this one. ever wondered how the back end of Fantasy Grounds Unity works for the DM, that's what you're looking at right here. The DM would prep, or in most cases, the modules come already done, and that's what I'm doing, is converting and creating the module for the DMs. But this is definitely not how you would play. This is all set up. The map is not in play mode right now. It is in edit mode, so I'm editing the map and adding things to it to make it playable or make it more enjoyable when played. To me, it gives more immersion to the map and puts the players in what they would really see. So that's what I'm doing, adding line of sight, casting shadows as they're looking. Just a bit, I was adding the terrain features. So initially when they're farther away from it, they can't see past it. As they get closer to it, they can start seeing over it. Little things like that, and gives you some immersion as a DM. And this is how they set that up. Some DMs know how to do it, others do not. So that's why I'm streaming this. It's just some people don't know how to do this part of the setup. They're just DM modules that are already made. In my case, I change maps all the time. And it's not a real difficult task at all. So it may be intimidating to some that have never done it, but the reality of it is it's really simple. If you know what's there and a general idea how to do it, you could really adjust a map and add lighting and all those types of effects for the players, and it just makes the game more enjoyable to me. And again, I didn't draw these maps. These particular maps were provided to me. I was just asked to convert them and add all the line of sight to them, the lighting, really a full conversion of the PDF, because the module right now is only available in PDF, not available on Roll20 at all. I don't play Roll20, but this particular conversion is for Fantasy Grounds Unity. So I'm not going to put that as a terrain feature because that's an island. I think we're done with this map. All right, put this back in play mode. So that's what it really looks like. Curse of the Undermountains is the name of the module. All right, so map 4 is done. Let's lock it. Close that out. Map 5. Walls. All right, great stuff. One thing I don't like, when this is a nice DM map for the Dungeon Master, but I don't like the players to see the words or the numbers. So, but I can't hide that. So I might put a rock there or something, so the DM can see it, but nobody else. Even the arrows just show the flow of the river, but even I wouldn't want the players to see that 11 alpha. So when I make maps, I don't do that. That's what I like about Fantasy Grounds Unity. With Fantasy Grounds, we use pins, and you can put a pin there that no one can see except the DM, and you don't need the numbers there. But again, this was for PDF, so they had to have the numbers there to know when things came up. In this particular PDF did not have a player version and DM version of the map. Otherwise, I would have used the player version to add the line of sight to. And again, these little red lines I'm putting in, they're called walls in Fantasy Grounds, but it's really a wall for a line of sight. It's to block the line of sight of a token on the map. So that's why I'm not going right against the edge, because I want the players to see the edge of the wall. So when they're actually in play mode and the token's going through there in the water, they would be swimming at this point. They would see the edges of the walls, but they would not see everything on this other right side of these red lines, because these the red lines would stop them from seeing, or stop the token from seeing. It also stops the token from moving into that area too, so it does act as a wall, but it's really line of sight. This is definitely not a very exciting thing to watch on a stream. I know that it's probably very mundane, boring looking, but for someone that doesn't know how to do it, the first couple of minutes would probably suffice. But if you have questions, feel free to ask. I'll stop what I'm doing and show you what I'm doing, or why I'm doing something a certain way. Or like I said, I'm just passing time right now, and I figured since I need to pass time, why not stream it? So, impromptu stream. Currently streaming on YouTube and Twitch. My Twitch stream is here. And see if I can find my YouTube channel. I need to make shortcuts to these, make life a little easier. Here's my YouTube channel. If you are watching, feel free to check me out on Twitch or YouTube. Twitch, I have a little bit more interactive things in there. I've got channel points called XP, experience points. When we're actually playing D&D, you can interact with the players by either providing healing and those types of things. There's different things that I offer to use those experience points on. That's on games that I DM anyway. You can give somebody inspiration. You can grant them disadvantage. Oh, let me delete that. Instead of deleting it, we'll just move it over here. Go back. Okay. What I was doing there is just making sure that the boxes were connected, and then the players would not be able to see through a crack in the wall. Because if you don't put the boxes on top of each other, it creates a very small little thin crack, and with line of sight, the players will be able to see into basically the abyss, because it's just the walls. But so I use Restream to be able to stream to both, from OBS to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So I'm streaming live on both. And it's nice because it pulls up the chat from both, and it'll tell me where if you chat in one versus the other, it'll the only thing is the folks on Twitch don't see the chat on YouTube, and the folks on YouTube don't see the chat on Twitch. Even though when I chat, it's going out to both. So if I respond to somebody, somebody's like, what? Like as an example, Decepticon was on Twitch earlier. I was talking to him, and then Nothing X asked me, why do you like to play this, man? Like, they make you play it like this, and then that's when I explained that I'm doing a conversion, not really playing a game right now. Although I'm using a game system, Fantasy Grounds Unity, which is just a virtual tabletop. So the folks on Twitch were probably like, why is he saying that? Because somebody asked me the question on the other stream is why. And my mass following of 6 people may needed to know that. So feel free to follow too. We actually do play on 2 nights a week. Thursday and Tuesday are the nights we'll actually be playing D&D using Fantasy Grounds Unity. We play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition on Tuesdays. IDM, and we're going through a module called The Second Black Dawn. And on Thursdays, the Decepticon is the DM, and I am a player in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. So feel free to jump on either platform, YouTube or Twitch. Yeah, I don't like that. Hold on. Okay. No, I know what I'll do. We're not going to be able to see that anyway. I want to go right from here, go straight across. And that'll just end it, because they're not supposed to be up in there anyway. So they'll stop in here. So the player tokens won't be able to go through that. It'll be a wall. They won't see any of it, so it's all good. I really didn't have to put the walls around the outside of the edge of that. So over here, I'm going to block it off as well. So, but it's better to, so that's actually true. I don't have to do all that. Let's delete that. Now, we'll leave it there. What I was explaining was right around here, I'm going to stop them from going anyway. We'll go this way. No reason for the players to be out there. At that point, the DM's going to take them to another map or an expansion. You see that it's set up to go to expanded dungeon, which means somewhere else, not here. I think that's a bridge and a walkway. That's not water there. Although I would have thought it's gray, so well. But when I'm building maps, not this part, this is again just line of sight. When I'm building maps, I usually use either Dungeon Alchemist, Incarnate, and Corel Draw, believe it or not. GIMP, a free program. I use that a lot. But again, I only play on Fantasy Grounds Unity, so everything I make is usually for Fantasy Grounds Unity. Although the maps I make are just usually either PNGs or JPEGs, so they're usable on any platform, Foundry, Roll20, any of that. I just don't publish anything for those platforms because I don't use them. I tried to use Roll20 a couple times, played a couple games on it. I just did. I mean, it was okay. I just didn't enjoy it. Maybe probably because I'm old and I don't like changing stuff. but um, but I learned how to play Fantasy Grounds Unity years back. And if you the steep learning curve, there's a lot to it. Uh, like I've heard Foundry's the same way, but the immersion in it is so much better than anything else I've found. And um, I found Fantasy Grounds Academy, which used to be Fantasy Grounds College, maybe. I'm trying to remember what they used to be, but it's called Fantasy Grounds Academy. It's a Discord community that teaches players, how to use Fantasy Grounds. So when I first started playing on Fantasy Grounds Unity, I found the academy. They helped me learn it quite well. I got to know it pretty well. I got to the point where I was able to make maps and incorporate things into the platform. So I then started also teaching on the academy. So I'm a faculty member there. And it was Fantasy Grounds College back then. Did a lot of one shots there to teach people how to play. still do those. So if you're ever interested in learning how to play Dungeons and Dragons, just reach out to me and I will set up a game and we'll play. Way too easy. All right. There's that. We're going to go right from here. Was just asked the other day. I had some contractors here at the house, and they saw my Dungeons and Dragons books behind me. You can see them up right here. This bookshelf is full of Dungeons and Dragons stuff. And he saw it. He goes, "Oh, you play Dungeons and Dragons?" I said, "Yeah, I stream and I DM and I play and really all just to have fun." And he said, "Oh, I'd love to get a game going sometime. Maybe I'll join yours." So I sent him my Discord channel, and he joined it. And I told him I said we can set up a game if you'd like, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, sounds great." And so then they went on to their next job. So we'll see. It sounds like it would be fun to me. Again, I'm crossing here because when you zoom out, this is not for the players to get into. It's different levels. So not anything for them to get into. So I cross over so that way they can't get back into that section. So I only have to do the parts where the players get into. When I go to play mode, the DM's still going to see all this, so it's not hiding anything. So here I'll stop. I'll go to play mode, so you see it all disappears. So I'm going into line of sight, and I've got the map unlocked, so I'm seeing the behind the scenes stuff. All right, so let's move this occluder. Is it that one? I don't know which one it is. Oh, this one. I need that one. Make the line. I'm choosing walls and the line tool. You can actually with walls, you can do little squares. See? You do circles. Use left click and drag. I like using the line tool because then I can make them any shape I want. Although the other ones are handy for buildings and stuff like that. Right now I'm in a cave system, so it's nothing square or round. I don't know how many people have bothered playing with Fantasy Grounds Unity using Dungeons and Dragons rule sets. But to me, Fantasy Grounds Unity is by far the least expensive and most immersive combined now. People would argue that Roll20 is cheaper, but the immersion level is not as good. So it's not worth the money that Fantasy Grounds is. So the nice thing about Fantasy Grounds Unity is if you're a player, it's all free. Everything. Because you use the assets and the books and everything that the Dungeon Master has. So when players join my tabletop, they don't have to pay a dime. Nothing. Well, they got to pay for their internet. That's it. Whereas with some of the others, you have to have your versions of the books and all that. Like Roll20, you can play that for free if you don't have anything. But a lot of folks use D&D Beyond with Roll20, and then you only get the books that are shared with you on through a D&D Beyond account from the DM. But if when you're not playing, you wind up with nothing as well. So, I mean, but so Fantasy Grounds to me is a better buy for my money. I think now that it's like $50 or something like that for a lifetime license. I mean, that's cheap to me. And then the books are comparably the same. And you get all the online versions of the books, all the rule sets and everything are all loaded in when you bring it up. And with Fantasy Grounds, you're not stuck to that one game. You don't have to play just Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. You can play the new 2024 version. You can play older editions like AD&D from way back in the 80s. You can play Starfinder, Pathfinder, Savage Worlds. I don't know all the different rule sets. If you know a rule set, go ahead and put it in the chat. Others may not know what all is played in there. Oh, Fallout's in there. I'm trying to remember the others off the top of my head. My memory is not the best, so I don't play them. So that's the other reason why I don't know them. I'd love to get a rule set for Fantasy Grounds for Top Secret. Top Secret was just re-released by the original author. I think it was originally owned by TSR long time ago. So Top Secret came out in the 80s, role-playing, tabletop role-playing game, and it was spy world type stuff. And the author's last name is Rasmussen, and they re-released it, changed it up just enough where they were able to, obviously the author owned the rights to the name, and of course TSR still owns, or whoever owns TSR has the rights to the original game. So, but the original game was almost unplayable because the mechanics of it. So the author re-released it and made it a lot more playable, in my opinion. But you can still use all the old modules and everything just under the new rule set. But the rule set is not on any virtual tabletop. So it's literally right now just a regular tabletop game. I backed it through Kickstarter, I think they went through. So I bought all the books and everything for Top Secret. Shout out to Top Secret. They have a community as well that you can join on Facebook, which I did. They got a lot of free resources out there. But I really, 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 really want, hint, Fantasy Grounds, I want the rule set to be created in Fantasy Grounds. I've yet to learn how to create rule sets yet. I'm not a Lua coder. Lua is the type of code that they use for the back end. I would love to learn it. I just don't. Again, that's one of the things I enjoy doing is the making part. To me, that's what making maps is enjoyable, because of the making part. So I would love for it to come out and then we'd be able to play online. One of my players on the Tuesday night game, he set it up on, I can't remember what it was called. There's a generic rule set that you can pull in and modify and customize a little bit in Fantasy Grounds, and I cannot remember for the life of me what it's called, but he set up something like it, and then just incorporated the rules in it, so we're able to use the tabletop a little bit for us to play. But and it was fun. Um, but just the setup is a lot harder because the rule set's not in there, already preloaded. What I mean. I don't know how much more I'm going to be streaming. I'm sure the Ohio State game, when that goes over, the wife's going to probably come down here, be like, "Hey, let's go somewhere," and that's when I'll probably end the stream. Um, Not really a big football fan, so I not watching the Ohio State Indiana game. Oh, messed up. Let's get and remove that. Thought that was the edge of the map. It was not. Reconnect that. That's funny. That's not the edge of the map, Brian. Let's continue around. Again, if you have any questions about what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, go ahead and throw it up in chat. I'll be happy to help tell you what I'm doing. For those of you that know what I'm doing, you'll know that this task is usually a pain for most DMs. So I like doing it for them, helping others make the game more enjoyable. And I'm purposely not going in straight lines because of these line of sight walls. I want the players to see the shadows, and I want them to see the lack of line of sight. Oh, I didn't have to do that. Hold on. Let's go back and fix that because there is a. Yeah, let's just select all that. That wall goes right into the cave wall. Wonder if I want to just, yep. Let's just do this. Terrain feature. Let's start it here. all this does is it blocks line of sight until they get on it or close enough where they can get on it. So this is a like a guard wall. So once you get up on the guard wall, you'll be able to see over it. So that's why I do it in yellow, which is terrain. But it works better because then the tokens can still go through it, because literally they could climb over it. But I didn't want to make it red because then they wouldn't be able to go through it, and the DM would have to pull the tokens. They use shift and they can pull the tokens through a red boundary. But if I leave it yellow, they can go over it, and at that point the DM says you have to climb the wall there. They can role play that, and it makes it easier for the DM to play by doing that. Obviously, they're not, even though I let the yellow lines go beyond that, they can only see to the edge of the red line, and they will not be able to go through there. So they're not going to be able to see these over here, but I leave them there because it's a big circle. The terrain feature is a big circle, really, or it's enclosed. Let me say that. You can't just have straight lines, or you shouldn't have straight lines anyway. Because once you get inside of the terrain feature, you can see outside both sides. We are on level 5. Level 5 map of 24 maps is what going to be done. And well, I'm not going to obviously do them all tonight, but I couldn't do them all in a day. Some of my previous streams, you would have watched me do some of the other ones. Endor, the story entries and all that. I've already finished all the story entries. Creating all the NPCs. This module introduced a bunch of NPCs that are not in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. And this module is designed for you to have the Dungeon of the Mad. It's designed as if you have Dungeon of the Mad Mage already. So this is a supplemental module to the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Shout out to Wizards of the Coast. Oh. Let me pause the stream now. Hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. Hello. How are you? Good. What are you doing?
Activity books.
Oh, cool.
What are you doing?
Activity book 2, see?
Oh my gosh, what is all that?
Fantasy Grounds Unity conversion of a map. Oh. I'm making modules. Modules. You know what a module is? No. Oh.
You're cutting 2 pages at one time.
That makes it harder. Cutting 2 at once?
She likes those, the books that, like, teach you how to cut.
Uh-huh.
She likes those a lot.
Oh, wow. You a good cutter? Yeah.
Look, Pop-Pop's growing his beard out so he can be Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. Ho, 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 ho. Do it, Mama.
There you go. Careful.
Grandma comes home tomorrow.
Tell me about it.
Oh, she did? Yeah, she's watching the Ohio State game. Dude, yucky
Yeah,
foosball.
We have the Georgia game on.
Oh.
But Cora said she wanted to call you.
Oh, okay.
Even though she's messing with Let's wait to cut until we get done talking pop up, because he's only gonna talk to us for a little bit, and he's gonna get back to building.
Yep. I was streaming too on YouTube.
What do we do?
What-
Went to the grocery store.
What'd you buy? What'd you get? Did you get a turkey bird?
We got little odds and ends for Thanksgiving, but
Yay!
we took Rich with us.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I don't get paid. Your brother.
My brother.
And he's like, well, I don't get paid till Tuesday. I was like, Rich, I love you. I said, but I'm not going to the grocery store on Tuesday, 2 days before Thanksgiving. It's not gonna happen. I was like, I'll pay for whatever groceries you get today, and then you can sell me the money when you get paid.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing that. And he only got like maybe $50 worth of groceries, so.
Probably because he didn't feel like, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't care.
Yeah, no.
I wasn't, and it's because we were going to Aldi's.
Uh-huh.
But I also got like all the German, like chocolate for Christmas. You know?
Uh-huh.
If you're not gonna pay attention to pop-up, then we will get off of the phone. What are you doing?
I was typing. I was telling him that I would be back soon, that I'm talking to my grandchild. Do you know who my grandchild is?
Who is that?
No, who's your grandchild? Who's my grandchild? It's you. Yep. I didn't tell him your name, though. No. Yep, but he's not in the picture, so right now, so I'm not talking to him.
No, you know that booster or that fundraiser we did?
Yeah.
The kids got like these little cash dollars
Uh-huh.
for it, and he's out flying a little drone. I
Oh.
told Brandon, I was like, we should have just saved all this crap and put it on the Christmas tree.
Right?
Like we should have like got don't get that close to your face because of your hair. But I should have like went in and picked everything and just put it on the Christmas tree, because like he got a drone. Cora got this like flying disc thing,
Uh-huh.
which Grayson threw it yesterday, and you know he throws like a baseball. It landed on our neighbor's roof, down across the street. So we had to go and tell them like we needed to climb on the roof. Well, Brandon climbed on
Yeah.
to get it down. Because it was Cora. So Cora's like, that was my toy. I was like, don't worry, we're going to get it.
Yeah. That's a long ways away. Holy shoot.
But we also got a pickleball like court thing. Like
Yeah.
a net and stuff. They have really good, neat prizes.
Yeah.
So. But Grayson is obsessed with this little drone thing.
I bet. Is it fun? Have you seen him? Does he like? Does it? Did you fly?
Yeah, I know it's like probably like a cheaper version, like drone.
Yeah, but doesn't matter.
It's still good, and like I'd rather him have something like that to see and know what to do before he starts asking for expensive ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's flying a drone like he just got it for Christmas. Like the kid, I told him, I was like, you ain't gonna have nothing on the tree.
No.
I was like, you done got a side by side. You got this drone. Like he's so obsessed with that drone. I don't even think he's gonna do anything else. What for? Oh, it's not a drone. Yeah. Yeah, why don't you cut the straight line across? Who cuts the best in your class? You? I bet you do, because you do all these cutting activities at home. And at Grandma's house. Oh yeah, at Grandma's house too. Oopsies.
Next week, Nana's house and Pop-Up's house is going to look completely different. They got
I'll skip it next week.
all the siding is out in the driveway right now.
Oh wow, that'll be awesome right
The-
before Christmas.
The roof is done. The solar's done.
Wait, they're doing it next week?
No, the roof is already done. The solar's
Oh
all
yeah.
the solar's already done. All the windows except 4 are already done. So Monday, they'll come out and finish the 4 windows, and
Have you been taking pictures?
yeah.
Add me to that group, that album.
Oh, I didn't create an album. You know me better than that.
Oh, well then just share the photos with me.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch. I mean, so yeah, it looks already starting to look completely different. You saw the driveway already. That's completely yeah. So yeah, by the end of next week, everything should be done except the generator. And once they hook up the generator, they'll hook it up to the solar and all that. So
Where are you having the generator put?
I don't know yet. One of 2 places. One, you know where
Next to the AC unit?
I'm thinking about that next to the AC unit, yeah. And or in the front near, you know where the meter's at?
No.
You know, in the flower bed as you go back toward to where the water.
Don't put the generator in the front yard.
It's not in the front yard, Christine. Hold on. Let me see if I can share the picture. Trying to find
Holy
it.
crap, we just got 2 touchdowns in like 2 minutes.
I can share this picture too.
You're talking about in that cove?
Yeah. Hold on.
Those windows look so good. Oh my gosh, did you do a tinted window
Yep.
for that big middle one?
All of them. All of them are tinted.
Why does the one in the middle look so dark on the bay window?
Going back to look on them. Oh, because it's a bay window, and we left the protective film on all of them, so the siding guys don't mess anything up. Hi, Gray. And then the cove I just sent you. That's
Holy crap!
I know it's the generator stuff. Now all the solar stuff connects down to it.
You're gonna have to pull that tree.
No, that's a battery. It's okay where it's at. That's just a battery.
This is just the case around the battery?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the generator's gonna be a box, so. Right?
Yeah. Big box.
Yeah, I think you need to put it.
So they were thinking about right down there in between, like right in front of that tree. And then what I was thinking about doing was where you see the 2 little bushes right there in front of the meter. I was thinking about changing them to a larger bush so you wouldn't even see it. I mean, we already have a bunch of stuff right there. So if the generator was right there in that little hole there,
It's in that cove?
yeah.
So I would move that. I would literally move that tree in the back
Up forward some.
and put it in the middle in the front. Because Mom already said, like, the way they did it, it looks weird anyway.
Right. So I could move the tree forward some, and then the generator would go in that same little hole there.
Well, I would move it a lot.
Oh yeah, all the way up to.
The front of the house?
Yeah, so it would move up to where the meter's at. So let me see if I can find a better picture.
Yes. Okay, I see the side with all the siding. Yeah, if you move it up, and then if you trim those bushes in front of that window, then you can easily walk around there
Look at
to
this.
get to it. Which honestly, Dad, since they're redoing your siding and everything, and because you have all that right there, do you have any reason to be able to need to go over there?
The water, and that's where all the sprinkler systems at.
Dad, I would honestly, because are they redoing that railing?
No, the porch railing.
Yeah.
No.
Dad, but you know what I would do? I would make you an access from that porch right there.
Uh-huh.
Steps.
Going down?
Yeah.
That's not a bad
So
idea.
big.
Yeah, I mean,
And like,
the
you'd
swings
only
are
need to put one or two steps there.
right.
You could, you know what you should do is that big step, that big round step that you got.
Uh-huh.
You put that there,
Yep.
and then redo your front porch steps so they don't
Yeah.
make people fall.
Right. Yeah, I'd make it so it's actual poured concrete and correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you still can utilize that one. Why'd you show me a picture of the shop? They redid the roof. Oh, that's where the solars are.
There's some of the solars up on there.
Oh.
It's all connected now though. It's all connected to the house and everything. So now there's some what you don't see, that's not the finished picture, but there's a line that comes down trenched over to the house.
Did they redo your insulation on your roof?
No, I had them resheet the roof. So all the wood came off the roof and all new wood went down on the roof.
How bad was the wood on the roof?
Some of it was bad. Remember we had the squirrels though.
Yeah.
So now we don't have squirrels because
No dead squirrels either?
no. But anyway, they were able to see all that. They threw a bunch of walnuts and shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And you can see where the squirrels had ran through where the insulation was. You can see it fell down. They fixed that and when they put it.
So the back of the roof, is that just the tracks for the?
Oh yeah. So that was as they were starting. So it's not you don't see any solar panels yet. The solar panels are already up. I don't know if I have any pictures of the completed thing yet.
That's okay. You can get them later.
Yeah, they're up there now. So let me see.
That is a lot. So your whole house is gonna be solar?
No, yes, the back. Just the back of the house has. Yep.
And then front of the.
Oh, wait a minute.
shop.
There are solar panels on what I sent you on the shop. The solar panels are already there, and you see the line coming down.
Yeah.
And it's just the two arrays, the track for the two arrays up on the roof. But now all the solar panels are up. They've already commissioned the system. I'm waiting on the inspector, and then Meade County RECC, our electric company, will come out and put a two-way meter in. And what that does is anytime I produce more electricity than what the house needs, it sends electricity to the electric company, reducing my electric bill.
Huh.
And at night, I have a 14 kW, 14,000 kilowatt, no, 14, not 14,000 kilowatts, 14 kilowatts, which is 14,000 watt battery that the house will use. And as that gets down to a certain level, it kicks back over to the regular power. And it uses my excess that I provided from the day. So eventually I'll get to the point where I have a negative bill. You know what I mean? Because they don't ever pay you, but I'll get to a point where I'm negative. You know, they owe me money.
Wouldn't that be a point where you just unhook the power or like the?
No, because at night I did not get enough batteries to last us through the night.
Oh.
So I'll always have to have some power coming from the electric company to make sure, because we're running the AC and a lot of things. So what I did was, and then we have the generator too, but so technically I could run the generator, but then my propane bill would go skyrocketed.
Skyrocketing.
Yeah. I'd rather provide power and then just use the power that I had excess and let the electric company give me back my power. You know what I mean? And that way I'm not using a propane bill for the generator.
Yeah.
But when the electric company shuts down, something goes wrong, the generator will kick in and then provide enough power for the house. So we'll always have power no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of why you did it.
Right, for the generator.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know that I would have bought solar if I didn't get it the way I did, to be honest with you. It wouldn't have been worth it. It would not have been worth it. So, but yeah, it's completely different now.
Come back real quick.
I don't.
We're gonna pop up so you gotta come say bye.
Love you. Bye. Grandchild of mine. All right. I love you.
Get back.
All right.
That's awesome, though.
All right.
I'm excited to see the progress.
Us too. Mom's really looking forward to next week.
Well, yeah, because of the sighting. That's
Yeah.
what she cares about.
And then again, Grandma comes home tomorrow, so we'll that you know.
Did she ask somebody to do like a caregiver thing?
Yeah, she's got care tenders coming out to home health 2 or 3 days a week, something like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
But
Alright.
and we're doing Thanksgiving Saturday, just so you know.
Like in 2 days?
No,
Or
no,
tomorrow?
next weekend.
Oh,
Brittany will be down on Friday. Danny and Billy Joe are coming out Saturday afternoon, so we're gonna wind up doing everything Saturday.
okay.
We might not even be home on Thursday. We might just go to Ginza or something.
Yeah. Alright.
All right, I love you.
Love you too.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Alright, bye.
All right, sorry about that, y'all. Impromptu call from my grandchild. She wanted to FaceTime with Pop Pop. That's what she calls me. And obviously, that's a priority in my life. So, didn't mean to make you all wait, but I guess I could have continued drawing, but I didn't. I was sitting FaceTiming with her, and she was doing an activity, a cutting activity in her book. And so we don't usually talk very long. She's like, I gotta go. and, and back to making map, or no, not making maps. Adding line of sight to a map, doing a conversion. Looks like, is that a wall? What is that? I don't know what that looks like. I say it's a gate. They might not be able to get by that, so I want to do this. No reason for them to go by it. Continue going along the walls. I'll figure the rest of it out as I go. The nice thing about it is, I don't need to know what it is, really. I just need to know whether or not they're allowed to see it or not. That's it. Looks like a forest in a cave is what it looks like. Dungeon of the Mad Mage. That's not what this is. This is the Curse of Undermountain, but built as a supplement to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. So, yeah, I don't need all those. I want to delete them all. know what this is. Willow's Tower, whatever that is. And don't know. Isn't the best drawing. It's going to be very difficult. Not sure how to do all that. So I'm just going to draw from here. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Middle mouse button, Brian. You just left click. Like if I oh, can't do that. While selecting, if you just you can't do that either. In play mode, if you can left click, you can move the whole mouse or whole map around. If you center scroll wheel left click, you can move the internal piece of the map around. And of course, scrolling in and out allows you to scroll in and out. Go back to map or line of sight drawing though. I want to get some of this done before the Ohio State game ends. I have a feeling the wife will say, let's go out. And I will say to you all, it's time to end the stream. And you all probably be like, oh, great. I don't know how fun it is to watch somebody else add line of sight to a map. To me, that does not sound fun at all. But for the folks that are actually looking for how to add line of sight to a map, it may be interesting for the first 20 minutes. But only if they were talking in chat and asking questions would that be interesting. Problem is when they go back and see the video, they're not going to get a chance to ask the questions. They'll have to reach out to me and I'll show them on a different stream. But a little alcoves here. Everybody's plans for Thanksgiving. Ours is we are actually doing Thanksgiving, believe it or not, on Saturday. Most of my kids live out of state, and my daughter is coming down on Friday, and my son and his girlfriend are visiting on Saturday as well. So we are going to do Thanksgiving dinner on Saturday afternoon. That's what we're going to do. and it'll be, let me see, there's 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 of us, something like that. I say 7 or 8. I'm not sure whether one other person's coming or not. At least 7, maybe 8 of us eating dinner on Saturday. So Thursday, we don't know what we're going to do, to be honest with you. It's only 4 of us on Thursday, so we might make something else. I asked the wife today, what are we going to have for Thursday? She said, I don't know. Thinking that I was going to make a choice. Probably the most undecisive person in the world. Especially when it comes to that kind of stuff. There we go. Continuing to add line of sight occluders to the 5th level map of Curse of the Ender Mountain. You get a glimpse of what a DM does as they are preparing a map for the players to play on. This is part of map making. If you are creating a map for a virtual tabletop, which I am, the virtual tabletop that I'm making this map for is Fantasy Grounds Unity. But the process is pretty similar depending on what, just about any virtual tabletop. You would place line of sight walls or lighting, anything like that to the map, so that way when you're in play mode, the players can't see past certain areas. And these walls block that line of sight, so the players can only see the side that they're on. They don't see past these red lines. The red lines you cannot see past at all. DM still sees everything though. Players do not. Again, I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch. I like Twitch better as a platform, but I understand YouTube, I know my videos stay for a lot longer. Twitch they only stay up there for like 7 days or something like that, unless I highlight them. And I've highlighted a few, so you can see those out on my Twitch channel. Links are in the chat. think. Anybody that joins sees the previous chat. I'm not sure. Something I never paid attention to. Let me know if you don't see the chat or the links in the chat. If they're not in there, I'll throw them in there again. If you want to see them. I have a Discord channel for multiple things, but for the most part, we use Discord for our voice or audio for games on Fantasy Grounds Unity, playing Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. And then I also have folks on my Discord that are interested in financial peace and getting out of debt. So I do that as well. I am a financial coach where I help people create a budget and stick to a budget to get out of debt using principles from Dave Ramsey. Shout out to Dave Ramsey there. I was trained as a master coach through his organization, and I have been coaching people on how or a way to get out of debt and remain debt free or live in a debt free life. I did have a podcast a long time ago called I Want to Live Debt Free. I haven't done a podcast in a little over a year now. I probably should do one, but again, I don't have any followers there either, so I think I've got maybe 6 to 10 followers on Twitch, 3 or 4 on YouTube. So if you are listening, go ahead and follow. I stream 2 or 3 days a week, at least 2 usually. This week, coming a week, it'll only be once, Tuesday. Thursday's game is postponed till the next Thursday because of Thanksgiving. I may stream anyway because we're not doing anything here at the house on Thursday. Again, like I just said, we are doing our Thanksgiving on Saturday. So I may stream something else. I don't know what I want to stream though. Maybe I'll play a game and stream that. A couple of games I play, Fallout, Timberborn, if you haven't never heard of that. And forget the other one. Hydroneer is what it's called. That's the games I'm currently playing. I played many others, but Fallout 4, for those of you that play Fallout, is the one. I own them all. I have the newer versions of Fallout. I have not started them yet because I am almost finished Fallout 4. Finished as in completed almost everything in the map or in the storylines. I don't think you can ever really finish one of those games because it's a world, but my character's pretty powerful in there, so I don't really worry about where I'm going. I just go. Been playing Fallout 4 with that same character for quite some time now. And I think I have all the settlements. I don't cheat and look things up, so I'm not sure. I've been all over the map, though. I don't think there's a part of the map that I haven't walked through. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do a final walkthrough, making sure I've seen everything and have everything visible on my map. That'll be fun. That would be fun. Someone that hasn't played Fallout 4 before, be a huge spoiler for them though, because I've got quite a bit visible on mine. Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. That's the current version I'm making this particular map for. And again, technically I'm not making a map. I am just adding line of sight to an existing map. Well, existing maps. There's 24 levels to Curse of the Undermountain. And I am currently on level 5. So I've got a lot of work to do. But I'm also playing Dungeons of the Mad Mage. So I am purposely going really slow so I don't see something I'm not supposed to see. And really, I don't see anything. You see what I see here. I see glimpses of when I zoom out, but technically all I'm seeing is the edge of the wall, which tells you nothing. With my memory, it wouldn't matter anyway. I'd be like, oh, I don't remember where it was. I am on Eastern time, and it is 2:14 here. Anybody know how late the game for Ohio State's playing? I am pretty sure as soon as that game's about over, I'll hear the wife yell down into the basement. I'm down in the basement in my little office area playing on the computer. She thinks I'm playing a game. I'm not. Obviously, you all see I'm not playing a game, but to her, it's still playing a game. And she'll yell down and be like, "Hey, Ryan, it's time to go." I'll be like, "Okay," and then we'll end the stream. But you may or may not hear my microphone's halfway decent, although I question it now because Decepticon was on Twitch earlier and said that he couldn't hear, or it was low. My microphone was low, or I might have been talking low. I don't know. Shoot, I mean, I'm just talking, but y'all can let me know whether or not on your version you can hear me well enough, or whether it's low. Totally up to you. As I add this line of sight to the map. So the line of sight I'm adding isn't really supposed to be the main feature of the stream today, impromptu chatting. It was more to talk with you all. I guess it could be to show folks how to do line of sight too. I've got a pretty good teaching heart, so I like teaching and helping people. So that's kind of what I'm doing. The whole purpose of my streams. Well, except for when I'm playing the games. I'm streaming there. I'm either a player or a DM, depending on the night you're watching. I heard Chai barking in the background. Chai is our dog. Well, ours is a relative term. It's my brother-in-law's dog. Chai's not really my dog at all. Part of the family, though. So, mentioned that earlier in the stream. Must mean Ohio State's about done. The game. They're up and moving around now. They're watching the game upstairs in the living room. I purpose. I really could care less about football and or college football. I know that sounds like blasphemy to some people. Others would say, "Yeah, I agree. I don't watch it either." It's funny because I played high school and football. Oh my gosh, my brain. I played football in high school. Wow. Then I realized I actually said it backwards. That's pretty bad. But anyway, all through high school, I played football, midget league football, high school football. Um, but even then, I liked playing it. I didn't even watch it. So as a teenager, I didn't even watch football, even though I played it. I spent most of my childhood fishing, hunting, and playing D&D. I was like the outdoors. I spent a lot of time fishing and hunting and hiking, and we'd ride our bikes for miles just to ride through trails in a forest. Nowadays, parents would never let their kids go as far as we went. It would be nothing for us to get on our bikes and pedal for 4 hours and go out to someplace else just to go fishing. Fish for a few hours and then pedal back, and it'd be dark, long dark by the time we got home. Nowadays, people would freak. I'm gonna make that a terrain feature, both of them. So it's good. Flip over to terrain, go in. Make that a terrain. Nope, wait a minute. Is that a rock? Nope, that looks like a spiral staircase. I can't even tell. I'm gonna make that a terrain feature too. I don't know what that is. You want to leave that just the way it is and let them role play that. All right. That's not terrain. That's actually walls. Switch back over to walls. think that's one of the things that maybe my inexperience in streaming, but I never know how many people are on a channel. And again, I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I have them open, but I don't have them up where I can see. I have the chat up so I can see, but I never know how many people are on the stream at any given time. And when I first started, it was nobody. So that's probably why I don't know. I, I wonder if the creator channel while you're streaming displays all that, and I just never bothered opening it. So let's finish up this little wall here, and I'll open it up and find out. We're just chatting anyway, so why not, right? Not that it matters. I mean, I'd like to be talking to somebody, but might be talking to somebody later on when they're watching the video. Right now, we finished that. Nope. So let's look. Stream Manager, maybe? Stream Manager. Thank you, Fizzy Pop Cultured, for the follow. I don't think it says. Doesn't say how many people are on your stream. I've never. Or my inexperience tells me that I have no idea how to do it. That's probably more like it. So let's look over at YouTube. Bear with me for a second here. On the YouTube channel, live, maybe YouTube Studio. I'll click over on that, see what that does. Tells me I have less folks over on YouTube than I do in Twitch, but it still doesn't show you the file, or correction, not followers. If somebody actually, in fact, viewing your channel while you're talking, or playing a game. It doesn't show any of that I know. That's one of my downsides. I don't know enough about it to know. Check out community. No. No, no, and more no. On the dashboard. Shows that we had 23 views, but I'm not sure if they're currently watching or not. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Again, I watch chat. That's the part, And I let anybody chat while I'm streaming, so I don't block it. I do block links, so usually you can't put links in the chat. Um, I'll throw links in there once in a while, and then the moderators can authorize people that need to put a link in the chat, case by case basis there, but not sure. Yep, don't see anything, so let's go ahead and close that out. All right, YouTube, go back. Okay. Yeah, not really sure. Doesn't matter. All right, let's see where we at are over here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Control Z. I gotta do all these walls in here. This looks like it's supposed to be brick. Really light. What it looks like in play mode. Really hard to see. Same thing over here. It looks like a brick wall going across. Doorway there. All right, so let's get and start building that. We'll go with walls and line. We're going to go right from this occluder here. With this, I like to go right in the middle of the wall. That way players can see both sides. All right, and I'll show you how to put a doorway in. You see I put the wall right through the door. That was on purpose. Now I want to go to a door and change it to a rectangle selection rather than a line selection. And right here, I'm going to draw a rectangle. Full width of the door. When I let go the left mouse key, it automatically deletes the inner wall. So now that when you go to play mode, you point to it, the door will show up, and you can open and close the door. Left clicking, the DM can. All players can too, unless you lock it. So you can lock by holding the shift key down and clicking on it, and it locks it. Shift key and click unlocks it. I'm going to leave it in unlock state. I'll let the DM decide whether or not that's locked or unlocked. But that looks like it's a room. Really can't see. It's really really light drawing. So I'm going to go back to the line of sight, and we're going to put the wall going across. It looks like all the way across. I'm going to turn that into a terrain feature like I did over here to this one. I think that's better because the players can actually get to that wall and or climb over it. So I'm going to turn that into a terrain feature. I'm not going to do a rectangle, I'm going to do a line. So I can go like this. I move that so that way it goes up against that wall. That way they can't see past it until they, unless they bring their token up onto it, they won't see past it. That's the idea here. But if they're on this side, they can see the wall there, so they know it's a wall. Okay, that looks like it's a building, so that's why I stopped there. That's more of the wall, so let's go ahead and put that on there. Rectangle. Come on, select terrain. I want to go right from here. Oh, rectangle. No, let's go back to line. But I don't know where the building is. Drawing is so bad. There. There's another one here. Could do the same thing there. We're going to go all against this wall. How far in to go? Really can't see. I don't even know what that is. I'm going to go that way. I don't even know. Not sure. I think that's a building there and a building here. Maybe a passageway in between. I'm not sure. I'm gonna add walls there in a minute. I just really don't know. All right, I want to do that in red. Nice because Fantasy Grounds actually snaps to those little boxes. So I didn't have to make sure that they were touching the yellow because as I got close to them, it just snapped right to them for me. And then I left click to add it. That's why you didn't see me zoom in to see whether or not I hit it or not because I knew it would. Same thing here. But when I zoom in now, that's a red wall there, even though there's a yellow wall underneath. So they would not be able to see into this area at all. I'm going to put another yellow wall here. Let's go back to terrain. This looks like it turns, so I'm going to go right from here, come down to here, and then come across. Really hard to see. Or at least for me it is. This looks like a balcony, so I'm going to leave that as a terrain feature. That's a bridge. I'm not going to go across the bridge because you can see the bridge. You can see on the bridge from a distance, so there's no sense of me doing that. A wall's a different story. Coming back now. One. So there's a real building inside of there. You can barely see the walls there. So switch over to walls. Still do a line. I might actually do a rectangle here. And go there. Is that a door? Looks like that might be a door. So let's go switch over to a door now. Again, rectangle. We're going to make this the door. Hard to see. Leave that the bridge. I'm going to leave that just the way it is. All right, what are we doing over here now? Let's start out with a wall rectangle. We're going to go right from here. Draw a rectangle. Nope, that's not going to work. So I'm going to Control Z that. I'm going to go to a line because it looks like the door's there. I'm going to go from here to here, 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 here. Alright. That looks like the door right there. So let's make a door rectangle. Go just like this. Oh, there. Another one here, whatever this is. Really hard to tell. I'll go back to walls. I'm going to go line because I'm not sure. We're going to go right from there. Come over here like this. No idea really. Guessing where the and I have no idea where the door is at. Go to play mode, see if I can see better. Wow. See the terrain shows up that way. In play mode. To me, that's a lot better. Players can't see through it until they get up on it. That looks like the door, maybe. What do y'all think? Is that the door? You want to put the door right there. So first things first, let's go and move this one further over. Yep. And then we're going to go door, rectangle. We're going to draw a little rectangle right here. And voila, there's a door. Wow. All right. We're almost done this map. But no, we're not. Forgot all about this whole section down here that I can't see. All right, that's all done up there. Do we want to do this part too? Wow. I don't know that the artist meant for this to be this light. Walls. Go around the outside edge first. I don't even know if some of those connect. Toward there. Toward there. All right, so I'm gonna go just like this. Across here. Down here. And so you see that they can see through that. So what I got to do is I got to pull this through it. Oh, pull that through it, and it'll create another one. Then you highlight that and delete it, just like that. And so let's add these doors before we forget where they're at. Rectangles. Rectangles. All right, we're going to put a door right here. Put a door right here. Put a door right here. Get in there, get in there, get in there. Looks like there's another door here. Yeah, we're gonna put one there. Oh, if there is one there or not. Looks like an opening in the wall there. So I didn't put the wall all the way through. Looks like there's a door here, but how do you get to that? Unless that is not supposed to be there. Another door here, door. Wow. This is so hard to follow. It's okay, we'll figure it out. We'll be able to see through that. So I'm going to drag that through. Then you delete it. And then I gotta add the door in. Alright. Oh, looks like there might be a door here. Okay. Looks like there's a wall there, but well, is it like a closet? Put the wall there. Artist drew it, so I'm gonna put it in. Like a closet. Real small. Okay. Now, this looks like a hallway, passageway. Yep, passageway. Let's draw walls. Wow. Is that a wall there? And another passageway? Straight across like that? No, it's going to be a passageway. We're going to close this up. See what this is. Yep, it's connected. Wow. So it's it from this to here to there. Delete that out. Put a door here. Or forget. Rectangle. Like there's a door here. Another closet there. Almost look at a door here too. And a door here. There's another wall here. I need to add that wall in. So let's go ahead and move this over a little bit. I can just draw a straight line. Here, up to here. And I can remove that. And from here, line tool from here. Where does it go? Up to here. Straight across. And there's a doorway there too. There's a line from here up there. Oh no, that's not. Is that a wall? Why would there be? No. Wow. It looks like there's a wall through there. But then that little bitty passage right here is a passageway? It's like half a square. That looks like a wall from, yep. Wow. No idea. And there's a wall right through here. We'll get rid of these extra points. Nope. That one. And then this one goes all the way through. Yep. Okay. Can't really see. I think there's a wall here like this and a doorway there. So that looks, but is that a doorway? Yep, that's a doorway there. That's a doorway there. So, okay, let's draw that line first. We're going to start out here though, so I can go to here and through. And then I can delete these other two. And now I can put the doors in. Oh, Control Z. I want to do a line. That out of the way, because I want this. Not let me grab it. Alright, so try Control Z. Yep. Try that again. Door, line. Here, 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 to there. Much better. Same thing here. Here, here. No. Doors never work that way when same thing here. All right. Looks like rooms inside of rooms with hallways around them. I guess. It's the weirdest looking building I've ever seen in my life. All right, let's delete these out of the way. Control Z. I just want to delete that one. Looks like there's some walls in here too. Okay. We'll start here. We'll go to here. And we'll start here. Go to here. Now we'll delete the excess. And add doors. Go with the rectangle. Here. Go with the rectangle here. Oh, I need to delete that excess one. Looks like a doorway there too. There's a line tool for that. Control Z. Try that again. Did not register me clicking. There we go. That time it did. Looks like another one here. Starting to look real now. Really weird, that is. All right, back to walls. some outer walls on this thing. Oh, that looks like a hallway. Yeah, it looks like that's a hallway, so I'm not gonna mess with that. Not the DM. What the heck that is? Yeah, let's get rid of some of these occluders now. Get rid of that one. That one. That one. Looks like there's a wall here too. Wow. Select delete. Oh, Control D. Yep. Delete. This one too. Control Z. That one. Delete. That doesn't look. Okay, it's connected. Good. Now start putting doors in. That's all that. Alright, so how do you get into there? Hold on. What the heck? That's like not a room. I think this wall here is not supposed to be here. That is so. Okay, hold on. 3 doors. No wall. Wow. Alright. So, you know how you do that. Draw another wall. Draw another wall. And then you select them. The reason why I did that, you can go now, I can go here, and it deletes the wall without deleting all the other stuff. Otherwise, it would have deleted the whole line. So now I can just go back here and go delete all this. Now it opens it up. Quick way to do that. Separate wall. Alright, so let's go just add it in. Come on. Looks like there was a door here too. Door here. Door here. Like another doorway here. Alright, so where's the doorways down here? Looks like that's two different doorways. 3 doors into the same room. Maybe? I still need to add all those other walls though. These walls need to be added in. Try to figure that out right now. Grab some of these, delete them out. Okay. Wall, door, 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 door. What else? Here. Click a door here too. Maybe there too. Where's the door? Oh. Oh, I see why it's right here. See, it's not connected properly. So let's fix that. There we go. Is there a door on the north? No, there's not. All right. What are we doing now? Let's fix this here too. There's no way in the 18 Bravo there. Okay. Like 2 doors? 2 door. All right. One. Control Z. I don't even want to mess with it. Not even worth messing with. Sometimes it doesn't register a double click. There we go. Play mode. Play. It's almost impossible to play in. All right. Level 5 is done. Lock that back up. Close that out. That's level 6, so I am going to stop there, y'all. Y'all have a good day. I am going to go ahead and end the stream. Have a good evening.